Welcome back, friends. My name is Shauna, or you can call me Niece Moon Crystal, whatever vibes with you the most. Today we are doing a pick a card, and literally pick one card, and we're going to find out what messages you need to hear right now. So this is anything that's coming through from the universe, something that is going on in your life right now. This is going to be a channeled, or I call intuitive download message for you. So before I get started, I just want to say, if you like this video, please hit subscribe and notify below. That helps support my channel. I also would invite you to join my newsletter. That information is down in my description. I also have a group that I'm so excited about and growing all the time. Right now we're talking about relationships, self-love. If that's something that would interest you, then please check that out as well. And if you're interested in a personal reading, I have that information below also. So let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and put those 3 cards up. You go ahead and pick one, and you can use the timestamps below to go to your reading. Alright, my friends that chose card number 1. Like I said, I'm going to be doing this a little bit differently, but I feel like this is, for me, more accurate and where I can channel the messages for you. Instead of ahead of time picking the cards and, shuffling them, I want to do them now. Like I said, I just feel like it's more accurate to do it this way. So you had the beautiful amethyst here, one of my favorites. And your card is the 4 of Swords. So right away, the 4 of Swords is about meditation, relaxation, maybe taking time to think about things a little bit more. This could also be something going on in your life that's putting you down, where you mentally feel down right now. So, and then, sometimes from feeling that way too, we have to take rest and relaxation. But sometimes we won't do that. And this could be the message to you if you're continuing to just keep going and going without taking that time to relax. That'll catch up to us. A lot of times, we try to, keep going, and then we burn ourselves out, and then something happens. This can come through as sickness. This could come through as just an incident happening. But when the universe is trying to tell you to slow down, it's for a reason. There's something it wants you to pay attention to in that moment. So that's going to be the overall energy for your channeled message. So let's see what comes out for you. So we just want to get any messages coming through, what we need to hear right now, what specifically this 4 of Swords pile is needing to hear, what's coming through for them. All right, we already got stuff. All right, my friends, let's see what we got. We have the Queen of Swords, the Ace of Cups, the 5 of Swords, the Strength card, the 5 of Wands, and the King of Pentacles. So right away I noticed the 5 and 6 of Swords here. So this tells me that there's been a situation that you are, where you and maybe someone else weren't seeing eye to eye. You couldn't come to an agreement on something, and you're having to move away from this person, maybe physically, but I'm thinking more that you had to, disconnect from them at this moment. But I feel this person was trying to kind of, I want to say, snuff out your passion, and I don't know why, but that is the words that came in here. But they're kind of trying to, put their hand on the fire. They're trying to smother it and keep it down and keep your passions and your drive and those things, they're trying to keep it down. And I say that because I have this Ace of Cups here, and I feel that it's in between all this. The way I was seeing it, it's in between all this chaos here. So in the midst of all of this, I feel like you have this passion, this thing, this idea that you're really wanting to pursue, but it is like you can't get to it right now. And I'm having a hard time actually saying it, which I think is interesting, but it just can't come out. It's being smothered, it's being suffocated, is the way I feel about it. And it's because of these things going on, and I feel that it's because of someone else. I feel someone's communicating to you. They're they're saying things to you that are very direct and cutthroat and almost just cutting you down. I feel a lot of like harshness from this, like a very just mean and almost hateful emotion and feeling from some of this. So this may not resonate with all of you, but this is what I'm getting right now. So, with the Four of Swords we're seeing initially here, it's really about you having to take time to collect that energy and, build that back up and move away from this situation. I feel that, we have this Strength card too, so you're having to gather that inner strength. You're having to tame that inner beast too, so this may be you having to stop yourself from saying the wrong things, from doing the wrong things because you're frustrated. This is you gathering your strength, and I feel that you're moving away from the situation. You can't look at it right now. You can't be a part of it. It's taking your passion and it's sucking it out of you at this point. I do feel, like I said, that this is there's someone that's involved with this, maybe a used to be friend or someone that was close to you, even a family member that is doing this to you or is making you feel this way. And what I feel that's coming through is that you have to step into your own power and, take control back of your life for you to be able to pursue what you're trying to pursue at this point. I do want to draw on, actually, the Ace of Cups is what I'm hearing right now to get some clarity on that one. So why is the Ace of Cups here? Wants to throw the whole deck at us. There must be a lot going on, you guys. So we have the Six of Pentacles. So I feel like this is you trying to balance your life back out. Maybe you've been taking steps to better yourself. Maybe you're, meditating more, praying more. Maybe you're just trying to get out of a lifestyle that you were in before. Something that had your life very unbalanced, even I'm thinking an addiction, something you were really tied to, a situation, and this could be this situation, and you're trying to pull away from it right now, and that's your passion. That's, the universe is actually going, come this way with me, I want you to come over here, I want to fill your cup up and make you passionate again. But this other person has been using their words, is what it feels like, to cut you down, to stop you from moving forward, or so it feels like. But I feel like that's why you need to go into this meditation, this state of withdrawal, because you'll find your power within you. You do have the power at any time, over any situation. But when things start to happen, boom, 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 and we get caught up in it, stuff starts to roll, and then we can't stop it. So the only way for us to collect ourselves again is for us to stop. We have to go within and then really find that inner power, that inner empowerment here. And I've been talking a lot about self-love. So this situation could be to pull that self-love out of you, because I do believe as a collective right now, we're going through, a transformation, a shift to where we are starting to love more and love ourselves, because loving others starts with loving ourselves. So I do feel like this would be a situation to better you, to bring this out of you. This is for your highest good right now. I'm also seeing the King of Pentacles, and I want to draw on him as well, because I almost feel like this is a person, but this could also be an energy. So that would be, an earth sign or somebody that's very grounded. It could be you, if you're an earth sign, but I'm going to find out really quick, get a better idea. Why is the King of Pentacles here? Just to get a good idea. Ace of Wands. So I feel like this might be you. You have this passion. Once again, the Ace of Cups, and then we have this King of Pentacles. You have this fresh idea, this something you've been passionate about. This would be something I feel that you have been wanting to do for a while, maybe a passion since you were a child, to do something along these lines. And you have two aces here, which is a fresh start, a fresh beginning. Like you're being given the energy to pursue this. You just have to get out of it right now. And if you can get out of it, you're going to be able to collect yourself and be very successful at it and pull yourself together. Because as you overcome situations right now, you're going to feel better. You're going to be able to put this person aside and be able to love yourself more and love the other person for where they're at right now. Because that's the thing. We're not trying to hate people or get upset with them, because that really just takes away from our own power in the moment. We're focusing on ourselves so we can be the best person that we can be in order for us to give that back to others. And that's it. So I would say that your message right now is so you need to slow down and really find that way to seek that inner light, that inner power of yours. The Four of Swords is your message here. The situation is that you're being smothered almost. You're being crushed by words and by this situation. And until you kind of slow yourself down and seek within yourself, you're gonna keep going that way. But if you can do that, it looks like it's really successful. You're gonna be able to do the things that you're wanting to do. And I do feel you're gonna have to cut yourself off from the situation too. I mean, when I see these swords, I always think it's like quick, cut and dry, all those kind of things. Sorry to be cliche, but I feel like that you're going to have to cut the situation off, cut the person off if it's a person, and really look and withdraw from this situation and from the world almost. Do this meditation, do grounding yourself, make sure that you're just seeking what you're passionate about right now. I'm getting all hyped up over here. But I feel like that is your message right now for you to be able to move forward. And right now things might be seem like they're going kind of slow in this moment, but I feel like we're going to see things pick up over the next couple months. They're going to go faster and faster. Right now is kind of a time where we are collecting ourselves. We're kind of trying to figure things out still, but things are going to start to speed up for us. And as that happens, if we're not quite ready to move along with the energy, sometimes that can be more painful. It can send us back into a cycle, another karmatic situation, because we're having to continuously learn until we actually move through that situation. Learn what we're needing to learn to become our best selves, to be for our highest good, for our journey, for our path. And all of that is just leading us to our desires, to the things that we want. So we can trust the universe and what it's doing for us. And yes, sometimes it doesn't make sense, but it knows best. It knows what it's doing for you. So my friends, if this reading resonated with you, I would love it if you would hit subscribe and notify. I'm going to be doing more of these pick-a cards. Let me know if you liked this one, if you didn't like it. Give me some feedback. I'd love to know. And as always, I wish you guys a super blessed week, and thank you so much for watching. Bye. Alright, my friends, those of you that chose card number 2, this is going to be your messages from the universe, messages that you need to hear right now. And like I said, I did do these a little bit different. We chose a card, and then I'm going to be, shuffling the deck to get the energy out of it, because I do feel like this is a little more accurate for me personally. Not everybody does it this way. This is just the way I do it. So, your initial energy and card is the Ace of Swords. So right away we're talking about communication, we're maybe talking about getting a message or a really great idea that you may have that's coming along. But we're going to shuffle these cards and kind of see, what's going on here, what messages need to come out, what do we need to hear right now for this pile. I keep saying pile, it's a card, just a card. So, what does the second card need to hear? What do we need to know? What messages are coming through for pile number 2? I did it again. Card number 2. What do we need to know? What energies are coming through for us? This also may have to do with speaking your truth. That's a lot. I'm going to actually have to put those back. But I was just thinking that, this may be speaking your truth and having to you have to stand up for yourself. We also got the 6 of Cups here. This could be you're coming out of a situation where you're having to stick up for yourself, but it's going to lead you to something better. Like, you know that it's time for you to be the person that you want to be, or maybe you're doing something and you don't want to tell everybody, kind of thing. Let's see what's going on here. So it's time to come out with your truth. Let's see what we got here. 7 of Swords, the Magician, Temperance, the Chariot, and the Ace of Wands. So yeah, I feel like there's something that you have been holding on to and not wanting to maybe speak out about it yet. Maybe you learned some information and you weren't sure if it was right to tell somebody, if it, I feel like it's a sensitive subject, whatever it is, and you're kind of afraid to speak out about it right now. But I do feel like that this is what's going to lead you for you to speak out about this, because your overall energy is this Ace of Swords. So to me, this is what kind of needs to be done. This is what you need to do in order to progress, to move forward. It's part of your message. So I feel like that you're going to have to communicate your truth in this situation. But I see that it's kind of been a, like I said, secretive thing that's been going on. But as soon as you're able to do that, I feel like things are going to start to unfold and get better. You're going to actually start to align with things. Sometimes when we are out of, I don't want to say sometimes, when we're out of alignment with, our path, our journey, we'll start to get all kinds of things that'll happen and throw us, it'll actually feel like it's throwing us off, but it's really trying to get our attention. So we'll pay attention and go, what's going on here? And then kind of try to figure that out. So if that's been happening, I feel like some of you maybe have been going through some rocky times, some things maybe happening. They're like, why did that happen? That was really weird. And I feel like it's because there's something that you're hanging on to and you're not being able to speak up about it. I would definitely say this is a passion. This is something, an idea that you have going. You haven't done really much with it yet. I'm thinking, and if you have, it's all been done in, private right now. But definitely something that if you do, come out with this, if you do speak your truth, then you're going to see a lot of progression really quickly. I immediately looked down and saw the chariot card, so that's like, you make the decision and you go. This is packing your bags and leaving town like right now, quickly. And then we have Temperance here, which is about growth, expansion. This is card. This is Sagittarius's card, so this is the adventure. He's putting his toe in the water, and then he's got this path. He's not getting there super quick, but he's enjoying himself on the way. And then we have the Magician too, and he is about, he has everything he needs right now to manifest, to attract what he needs into his life, but he's not doing anything right this second. He has the power, but he may not be utilizing it right now. And so this is your power right here, communication. Maybe you have to communicate to an audience. Maybe you have to do something that you're afraid to do, that you've been anxious about, that maybe you're unsure that you're going to be able to do, so you've just been keeping it to yourself. I do want to draw on the Magician first. So why is the Magician here? The Ten of Pentacles. So you're manifesting stability here in your life, but this card also to me has to do with family a lot, family affairs. Maybe you're having a hard time communicating with your family, some of you. I can see that. You're not fully manifesting things because you're not able to communicate to them, and maybe they're part of this situation. Part of what you're trying to do next is the family. For some of you guys. For others of you, I feel like this is going to be, and well, all of you, I feel that once you're able to overcome this and speak your truth, come out with it, you will be, you're going to start to create stability in your life, monetary stability. So then we have this Temperance card too, like I was saying. So this is your adventure, your journey, expansion, and growth. This is a lucky card. like, you know, you can go play the lottery. Don't go play the lottery. I'm just saying that's kind of, it's lucky. Lady luck, we'll call it. So then you got the Star, which is an Aquarius card too. And, you know, that means that you're being divinely guided to me. So if you have been kind of shutting this off, shutting this idea, this feeling down, and not coming out with it, then as you're being guided, like I was saying, through the universe, you're going to get all these obstacles that are coming up in other pathways. You're like, no, I'm not going to do that right now. I'll just keep doing what I'm always doing. And then all of a sudden your car breaks down, or, you know, random things start happening. I hope that didn't happen. But, you know, those kind of things, we're like, man, what the heck is going on? You know, everything was great, and now everything's kind of all over the place. Like, it just doesn't make sense. That would be because the universe, like I said, is trying to get that your attention, and it's because you're being divinely guided right now. This also could have to do with technology. Some of you may be wanting to do something in technology, communicating in technology, I'm seeing. And once again, here's intuition. This is higher knowledge. Maybe some of you are looking at healing, doing healing work, something more new age, kind of like what I'm doing. I feel like this is something, though, that you, whatever it is, you're feeling like people aren't going to take it. You know, you feel like they're going to not take it well, and you're afraid to speak out about it. But everything else around you is showing you and telling you, go for it, go for it, go for it. Let's see why the Chariot is here. And seeing the Chariot also kind of confirms family for me, because this is the Cancer card too. So I feel like, you know, there's definitely some family going, you know, involved here with your message. So it's like, speak to your family, tell them the truth. Maybe some of you, like I said, are getting a loan from your family to be able to do this, and you're afraid to ask them for this. Maybe they're the ones holding you back, or you feel like they're holding you back. The King of Cups here. So this could be an actual person here. So you may, and this could be, you know, we're talking about family, a family member here that you're really having a hard time, or a hard time making the decision to tell this person what is going on and how you're feeling right now. We're going to draw on him too. But this is about using your intuition as well. Really seeking that inner guidance, talking to your spirit guides, talking to spirit, praying, meditating, all those things to get that inner guidance, because I feel like it's been shut off, or you're shutting it off. It's not shut off. You're never not, you know, in the flow. You just kind of, you just think you are. The Ace of Pentacles. So definitely something to do around, we're seeing 3 aces here. You have everything you need right now. So the universe is going, you have all the power, everything you need at your fingertips. You're the magician. This is all the thought power. This is passion. This is, you know, we're talking about earth energy here too, and the power to communicate as well, to create something here, to create something new. You just need the, you know, motivation, the confidence to go for it, to go after it right now, because you have it all. And maybe you can feel that building up inside of you too right now, and it's starting to get to where you're like, this is making me crazy. Maybe you're feeling like, you know, you don't see the path, you can't see how this is going to work out, or how you can make this work. Definitely this would be a time, if that's the way you know you're feeling, you can't see a clear-cut path for yourself to move forward, then that's when we go into meditation and we ask. And sometimes we just jump in and start doing things, and then the path is made for us. As always, you seek, you know, your inner self, and don't jump. Don't just take my word for that. I don't want anybody doing anything crazy, quitting their job and being like, well, she told me to do that. No, always make sure that, you know, you're seeking that higher wisdom, that higher knowledge, that you have your own, you know, intuition. And that's really what it's all about, is seeking your inner knowledge that you have already. I'll always only direct you back to yourself. I'll just show you and tell you what the universe is showing me about you. So my friends, if this reading resonated, I would love it if you would hit subscribe and notify. I do make new videos. I'm going to be making more of these. Let me know if you liked this one. If you didn't like it, let me know in the comments below. As always, I hope you have a super blessed week, and I appreciate you watching. Thank you. Alright, my friends, those of you that chose card 3, this is going to be your messages from the universe and what you need to hear right now. So, like I said, we did this a little bit differently this time, and so I had you choose a card, which I shuffled before, and then I'm going to use this card to channel the message, as I shuffle cards here. I just feel like it's more accurate, it feels better for me, and not everybody does it like this, but like I said, I just feel better doing it this way. So, let's see what your card is. Your card, overall energy message you need to hear is the Devil. So this can mean several things here, but mostly what I'm getting from this is that you are tied to a situation, you're bound to something, something is holding you down at this point. This can be an addiction sometimes. This can be, which an addiction can fall under many levels. This can go from, alcohol and drugs to money, addicted. You could be addicted to working, or it could be a particular situation that you have going on in your life right now where you feel bound to it. Sometimes, say we are, helping someone else, and maybe we don't feel, or we don't really want to be doing what we're doing. We're kind of being forced into it. We're still being bound at that point to the situation. It still feels like it's against our will, but still we're doing it because we're feeling forced. So anything like that, we'll definitely get a clarifier on that card too. But let's see what comes out, see what other messages come through. But overall, I do feel like this is going to have to do with this, something that you're tied to, that you're bound to right now. This is a Capricorn card, which, I always say the devil was, the devil is like the hardest worker in the tarot deck. He does his job very well. So, it could have to do, like I said, with business and finances, those sort of things where you're working. And, you feel like it's never enough. So let's see what comes through. What messages need to be heard? What do we need to know right now that this card needs to hear? Alright, let's see here. So we have the Hermit and the Three of Pentacles. So here, once again, I'm seeing a lot of earth energy. The Hermit, the Devil, and then we have the Three of Pentacles. This is all earth related. And I am feeling like that, you are being bound to a situation that has to do with money and finances. Maybe not necessarily you are a workaholic, but more that you feel like you have to do this in order to keep going, to survive, to, keep your head above water kind of thing. Maybe you're being watched by someone else. When I see this Three of Pentacles, you may be watched by someone and they're judging and criticizing you a lot, making you feel like you're not doing a good enough job here. And then the Hermit, once again, that's a earth energy. That's somebody that really analyzes a lot what's going on. Maybe you're having to take a step back here and, look at the situation, or the universe is guiding you to do this, to look at this situation and know that you are being divinely guided as well, but you're going to have to take that time, and do that inner work and really assess this here. So we're going to draw on the Devil first. And see what comes out. Why is the Devil here? Oh, we got a bunch. Actually, we'll go ahead and lay these guys out. We have the Page of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, the Ten of Swords, and the Ace of Cups. Okay. I wanted some more cards too, so that worked out. I was saying that in my head, and it worked. So we're still going to draw on the Devil. Still got more cards. Okay, so we have the Hierophant. still, this is feeling the whole thing. What I'm getting from this all, what I'm hearing is this is like an organized, structured situation that you feel bound and tied to, like working in a big corporation or something, and things always have to be this way, kind of thing, cookie cutter, kind of thing, same old every single day, and you're feeling really bound and tied to this, and like you're not good enough. Let me draw on the Hierophant as well, because that's very specific. I do want to do this for the collective. Some of you that may not resonate with, like I said, that's a very specific what I'm pulling out of here. Communication is an issue, but definitely we can even be talking about any situation that you feel bound to, where there's like a tradition in place, a set of rules that are in place. They may have been there for a really long time. This could even be in the family. Like, family does it this way. We run the family business. You don't leave the family business, kind of thing. And there's a lack of communication. There's, you know, you not feeling like you're doing a good enough job in this situation, and that like somebody is watching you and making you feel this way. You're being, you know, micromanaged, is the word that I hear. I definitely feel like there is a struggle with communicating how you feel in this situation. Now we also have this Page of Pentacles. So I feel like you're making a little bit of money and it's okay, but it's not good at, you know, it's not enough for what you really need, and it doesn't justify all the stress that you're going through right now. And with this Eight of Swords too, I'm sorry, all my music keeps cutting in and out. The Eight of Swords also, to me, this is like, okay, you know what's going on, you have a clear picture, you know how it makes you feel, yet you're still staying in the situation. And that's part of, you know, being bound to the situation. Like, you feel like you have to stay, but in reality, you know that you can make the choice at any point in time to leave the situation and end it, because overall, it looks like this is not going to end well anyway. So this is going to be something that ends really quickly for you, that is going to be hurtful. This is going to be the end of this. Like, this is going to happen, I would say, in the next few months. That I'm going to say 3 months is what I feel like. In the next 3 months from you hearing this, I would feel like this is going to start changing. This situation, if it does have to do with job or business, something like that, or just, you know, the earthly realm of things, and we're talking about structure here. Like I said, that could even be family. That could be, you know, you're in a family, there's, you know, everybody does everything this way, and, you know, everybody's always watching you and judging you, kind of thing, and there's no way for you to communicate, and you just feel trapped in this situation. This is going to end, and it's going to end in a painful way, in a stressful way as well, and it probably already is stressful if you're going through it right this second. But what it's leading you to is this Ace of Cups. So maybe you've been in this situation for a really long time, and this, you know, when you've been in a situation like that for a really long time, things build up, and it may hurt more that way. You know, it's better to just cut ties, kind of thing, sometimes, rather than sit there and letting things keep building up in our heads. But this is definitely something that's kind of like a long time coming, because we went through this whole cycle. You know, you went through the whole cycle. You stuck it out this whole time. I feel like you really tried to give it your all and make it work out, but it was really just hurting you inside this whole time. And like I said, you may be getting, you know, a little, you know, you might be getting paid well, or, you know, there's like a little bit of a perk there, enough to keep you around at this point, and or to have kept you around in the past. And that's what kind of, you know, kind of like the carrot over the horse kind of thing. It, you know, drug you along at that point, and you stayed with it, and, you know, you were able to kind of make it through. But now you're seeing that the stress just doesn't really add up to the amount of money or the issues that are going on, whatever you're, you know, getting back, because everything is about a give and take in relationships, whether it's a business, you know, whether it's a family. There's always an energy exchange, and money is just an energy, you know, a different form of energy exchange. I'm going to draw on this Hermit really quick as well, but we're seeing this a lot. You're going to see over the next couple months a lot of changes, things cut off. Like, we're still in this almost figuring out period, these first few months of 2020, and we're going to be, probably by March, April is the way I feel that we're going to start to see things pick up the pace. Things are going to change really quickly. We're in that springtime too. We're going to have new things happening. We're all going to be energized and, be ready for something new at that point. The winter's all about, and you're in the darkness a little bit. You're having time to think, to relax, to meditate. It's just part of the seasons and the cycles. Draw on this. So we have the Four of Pentacles. Once again, I'm seeing, okay, there's an issue that you're getting, a little bit of money here. You might be making enough, or you're in a situation that you're getting enough, but it's not quite there. Like, it's not quite enough to make you want to fully stay in this situation anymore, because I feel like you have your own desire, your own idea to do something different, but you feel trapped in the situation. You're actually bound to it, and this is something that is a karmatic lesson for you that will empower you once you move through it more, because it's going to end it, so this will never happen again for you, not in this way. That's what karmatic cycles do for us. They teach us the lesson, so we never have that happen again, because once we end that cycle, that's it. We move on to the next. But then we're aware, we know how to deal with things like that, and like I said, it doesn't just keep repeating itself like it normally would. So we're ending this here, and we're seeing the Devil and the Ten of Swords here. So this is something that I feel like will end, not on a good note. It's definitely going to be a painful situation, whether that's for you or maybe the other party that's involved in this. It is going to be hard. It's going to be a hard situation to leave from, and it's going to hurt, like cutting ties. But you're seeing like a beautiful, you see the ending, but then you see this beautiful beginning again. You're starting to see here, I see all this earth energy. So it's probably a lot about money or material possessions, those sort of things. Like, that's huge here, and even intellect. So this is all very earthly sort of things, and maybe you're steering more towards you wanting to be more spiritual, to be led by your intuition more, and that hasn't been happening. This the cups here is more about that intuition. It's about creativity too, so you're able to kind of be led in this more spiritual way, and maybe that's something that you've been desiring. So this is going to come to a close for you. Like I said, I feel like about 3 months is going to be the time frame. But then at that point, even though we're going to have a very rough ending here, it's going to be a beautiful beginning, like just amazing for you to start over. So keep that in mind. Always when you're going through these situations, meditate, stay grounded, do your inner work. That's the most important thing you can ever do for yourself, to get you through any situation. You can learn so much from your own, intuition. So my friends, if this reading resonated with you, I would love it if you would hit subscribe and notify. I'm going to be making more of these videos if you like them. As always, I hope you have a super blessed week, and thank you so much for watching.